Welcome to that era. I mean the era we're in now, where a person who is celibate, a person who is keeping their virginity, are the ones made to feel lesser, made to feel like they are nothing and have no reason to even claim that is an achievement. I am here to tell you today that it is indeed an achievement. So let's talk about 5 ways celibacy protects you. No one should tell you that by virtue of you deciding to honor yourself, honor your body, honor your being, by refusing to do monkey business, as I call it, with just any random person, that you shouldn't claim you are different. You are special. In fact, you are important in this day and age where the abnormal, like I say, is what is treated as normal. How does celibacy protect you? Number 1, I don't think I know of any faith, I mean religious following or teachings, that encourages any form of sexual laxity. So the number 1 reason God said no, shouldn't that be enough reason? Like I always say, can we comprehend more than the one who created our comprehension? God said no. And if you're a believer, whatever faith it is you follow, whatever religion, we know that there is punishment for sin. And eventually we will stand and face, we would answer to all the things we have done. So the fact that God said no, is it not just strong enough reason? And then you see people come online and still try to justify this as correct behavior when it isn't. My stance on this is clear. Premarital sex, having sex outside marriage, because the marriage space is what God has given as that safe space. He's not saying desires are frowned upon or humans cannot have desire, but that this is the space within which you're permitted to do this. And then everybody wants to run around anyhow doing what they want and they think it's fine. Better that you judge yourself now before you stand before the ultimate judge of all humans, of all creation, of the entire universe. Number 2, as long as you're celibate, and when I say celibacy, please put in mind it includes everyone who can boldly say they are virgins, male or female, or those who perhaps might have indulged in the past but have taken this stance to say, moving forward, I am not going to do this. And for years and years, they have stood by that pledge and they have refused to indulge. Now, what do they enjoy? Nobody can scare you with any diseases. You know you are safe. You're just moving around. You're chilling. You're fine. You don't have any. There's no fear of false alarm. Like maybe you feel something, you run to the hospital, and it's not going to be in your thoughts that the doctor is going to relate what is ailing you to some STDs. You're just fine. You're free. For the ladies, you cannot have a pregnancy scare because you just know how now. While any other person is running around, you're just chill. You're fine. Basically, celibacy, abstinence keeps you and your dignity intact. That is a fact. You go into any relationship that is not serving you well in any way, you're able to easily walk away. I'm going to take this from the angle of, it is definitely like, especially for ladies, you feel at a disadvantage when a person has known you intimately, and for that reason, maybe the relationship is not working for you. Maybe it can't work, or it's not really working. You're forcing it to work. You're finding it hard to walk away. Why? Because you're now at a disadvantage from having indulged in the monkey business. The way it's easy for you to just walk out on what doesn't serve you when you know that the stakes are not against you is so easy, and you walk away with your dignity. People are not going to be out there saying, oh, that guy is loose or that girl is loose. They cannot actually say very nasty, disgusting things about you in your absence, even not to even talk of in your presence. So that dignity, that respect you're able to walk around with is precious. Why wouldn't you want to guard that? Treat yourself as special. Treat your body as so precious. It's not a thing that should just be accessible to anyone. And be able to be patient enough to say, only in that space of marriage. I know there are a lot of people with contrary opinions to what I'm saying. I do not care. I mean, everybody finds a space to talk about what they believe in. This is what I believe in. This is my stance. Number 4, a person who is able to say, I want to remain celibate, and has stuck to that over time, over the years, or has not even indulged at all. They are very disciplined people as far as I'm concerned, because please don't even get me started. We know that it is not easy to hold yourself from succumbing to your desires. It is not easy at all. It even gets harder as you get older. So in case you're younger and watching this, it doesn't get easier. People who are able to abstain and remain celibate are disciplined in many other aspects of their lives, because it takes a lot of focus. It takes a lot of patience and tolerance, patience with self even, to be able to say, I take my stance, I won't do this, and I stick to it. You find them that they likely also excel in many other aspects of their life. Of course, I'm not saying you generally know that this person is celibate or not. You may not know until you have conversations with some people, but when you now do, you may not understand why their lives is as it is, that you find that their values are strong, they are strong-willed, they are focused. If you think it's easy, and those who are doing it should not brag, like they should not sound like it's an achievement. Yourself can't run am. Number 5. Now, this is agreeable for a lot of people. Personally, I believe in spirituality, that as you're religious and as we also have the physical side of life, there is the spiritual side of life. Now, there are energies. We all carry energies around us. When you go joining body with every Tom, Dick and Harry, or every lady around, you're just also absorbing their own energies into your own life. And then you now see people, they can come up with the argument that, oh, forget that thing, the guy they progress, not being they follow the girls with it, but he get money, he get, and I laugh, because in life it is foolish in my thoughts for a person to have the mindset that it is only material things that means blessings. Sometimes these people who behave this way, whether male or female, the way it comes back to them is not even directly in their lives. It could be through someone close to them, it could be through some other experience very much attached to them, but by virtue of things they have done in the past. You're free to take or leave what you don't agree with, but this post is for those on that path. Do not feel ashamed. Do not feel you have to water down who you are, what you believe, your values. In fact, I know people who are virgins, male, females, they're not able to say it in public because it's so I'm like, this is why it's crazy. We're in such crazy times. Why should it be you who is upright that is ashamed to say, I am upright? Stand firm. Because in this world where the abnormal keeps becoming normal, in this world where sexual laxity, especially in our Nigerian society, is just the norm. It's fine in comedy, in entertainment, everywhere you look, it's just in your face. Now, all that said, you know, we have a lot of people online selling aphrodisiacs to enhance sexual. Everywhere you look is always enhanced sexual this or enhanced sexual that. What of the people that are not interested in that? For this reason, I did some research around ways people who may have hypersexual urges could curb it, and I came across the herb. So I want to use this opportunity to shout out to Madam Christie of Naveen Apothecary on Instagram, who I reached out to, and I talked about my research, my findings, and she decided to send me a herb, quite a substantial quantity of these herbs in form of teas for people to use. Like, let's just test, let's just see, does it actually calm that feeling when you're having such strong urges. Now, there are people who will say, oh no, you don't need, if you believe you're celibate, you shouldn't find any help. I don't believe that. I believe on whatever journey you're on, whatever is going to make your life easier, do it. Now, frequently asked questions I get around this herb is, oh, will it, people are afraid, what if my urge dies completely? No, it's not like that. It's a herbal tea that also has other health benefits, calms your body, and in calming your body, that's how it also calms such urges. At least that's my experience using it. You can try it out and decide what you feel about it. So it's called the chasteberry tea. You can find it again, as I said, on Naveen Apothecary on Instagram, and then they have a whole lot of other nice organic products as well. So if you're on your celibacy journey and sometimes it just proves so difficult, you might just want to have such a tea that supports you on your journey and kind of makes it easier. All that said, I hope you enjoyed these 5 points around how celibacy protects you. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you're watching on YouTube if you haven't already. See you next time.